I don't think he committed suicide by his own hand. There's just too many holes in the whole story. I mean, and I covered Florida prisons before I took up this story for 4 years. So I'm well aware of how you can hide, you know, things and commit crimes in prison. I know that doctor very well. Dr. Michael Bodden, who I had worked with before on a number of my prison cases. And the other thing about Dr. Bodden is he is really experienced investigating prison deaths, because he was on the New York prison review board. In other words, he was one of the people that when someone died in New York prisons, that would review these deaths. So he has specific expertise in this, and he's a noted forensic pathologist regardless, but I have a lot of respect for him because he, as I said, I know his work, and it was Dr. Bodden who told me, you know, about the fact that he doesn't believe that Epstein, and he pointed just to some things that are just almost common sense. You know, for one thing, when you find a body, you're not supposed to move it. Okay, why did they take pictures? You know, everything was disturbed. Everybody was all over that cell. You don't do something like that. You have to treat it as a crime scene from the very beginning. You know, not one guard fell asleep, 2 guards fall asleep. You know, as Dr. Bodden said, in his entire, you know, 40-year career, you know, doing prison deaths, he's never had 2 guards falling asleep at the same time. And, you know, then the cameras aren't working. And, you know, it's just, he was, the guy that was, he had just gotten off a suicide watch, and they take the guy who was in his cell, his cellmate out, like just hours before this happened. I mean, you know, and, you know, on top of everything else, the, you know, pathologist that really, the official New York pathologist that did the autopsy, you know, she's never really released her report. She's never said why she thinks it is. She's not instilled, I think, the confidence of the public that this was really a suicide. And it's because they haven't, like everything else in the Jeffrey Epstein case, they haven't been transparent about what they've looked into and what they, I mean, we just don't know.